Hey PlayStation Universe, Kyle Prawl and Adam Byrne here. We're talking about a few more Devolver Digital titles, so we want to jump right away to Mother Russia Bleeds, which you saw. You played for a good 25 minutes, so I guess, and this one was first announced at Sony's presser last night, first shown with video footage and the like. So let's jump right in. I mean, what is Mother Russia Bleeds? What is the genre? What can we expect?
It's effectively like Streets of Rage. You have this visceral, bloody combat, and it's set with that pixelated, classic Devolver Digital published style. It revolves around. It's set in 1986, and it revolves around a dystopian kind of USSR where governmental rule is kind of long gone. It's a lot of corruption, ruled by mobs. There's these disenfranchised camps where everybody is surviving in, effectively, not living per se.
Sure.
They fight for money and stuff. The mobs come in one day, the mafia, take some guys, and then use them pretty much as guinea pigs for drug testing.
Okay.
So you effectively play as these... Yeah, well, why not? So you effectively play as one of 4 characters, so it's 4 playable at any one time. Play as one of those 4 characters, going through pretty much, trying to get to the bottom of it, while you're also getting regressions and the drugs are taking an effect on you, so you have hallucinations, I can't even say the word, and the effects from that, and seeing just random little incidences and just things like that. It's very visceral. It's an interesting title.
So would you describe it as a brawler, as a top-down action game? I mean, what are we looking at?
It's effectively like a 2D side scroller. Okay. With pixelated side. It's effectively Streets of Rage. So you're going from left to right, progressing back. You have your punch, your kick buttons. You have a straight thing to like kind of knock people out into the ground. You can pick up people, and it's also got that typical like Hotline Miami violence to it, as in you get to the ground. You know when you in Hotline Miami, when you can get somebody to the ground, you tap the button loads of times, you're banging their head and stuff like that. You have that in this. You have obviously, in terms of characters, you have a girl. She's fast, she's speedy, she's cunning. You have the kind of a guy who looks effectively like Zangief from Street Fighter. He's just a huge brawler, pretty much. So he would knock people to the ground, and then if you like go onto his body or go over to like the enemy and press square on the ground, start headbutting them. Then it's really bloody. So it's effectively Hotline Miami in that sense.
Does that combat system manifest into combos at all? I mean, I guess you played it for 25 minutes, right? So how do those things kind of intertwine into each other? Did it feel mechanically solid?
It is mechanically solid, but it also places a bit of a factor on teamwork in a sense, where it's not so much forced, but since you have throwing mechanics, you have one character can grab an enemy, throw, while when you punch, say, with a square or a triangle, or square or circle, you can hold square or circle and you charge your punch. So they want you to grab opponents with like say your co-op buddy. They will throw the opponent to you, and you will like land it like a home run and knock the enemy out. So there's a lot of that. In terms of combos, you have the simple, multiple squares, bang, 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 stuff like that. But it's just a simple style. It works though. It's a classic kind of like coin-op 2D.
Sure.
Yeah, like
well, with a haunting atmosphere, that was something you mentioned to me as you came out of the appointment, is that it does kind of nail that tone, and probably that Hotline Miami music, visuals kind of aid that process, but it's
a slightly more regressive. It's very kind of a foreboding sense of synth. You can kind of feel like you're in this really dystopian USSR mid-80s class war, where it's got that lovely neon style as well, that like Devolver Digital published titles do tend to have these days, which I'm all for. The music is really interesting. It really kind of elicits a sense of dread when you're playing it, and you kind of feel it's a real seedy environment. Because you go to the first level we played, it's I think it's the 4th level, 4 out of 8, which will be total. You're going through a club where there's just a lot of seedy things happening, in and about it, and stuff in the background, a lot of kind of odd stuff, and then you kind of descend into madness with like hallucinogenic stuff. But in terms of actual gameplay, you also have a syringe meter, which has about 4 sections of the vial, and you can press L1 to recover health, and that takes away one of the 4 parts of your vial, or you can press R1, which kind of makes you go into kind of frenzied manic mode, which makes all your attack, the music, quickens, it gets hazy, you're seeing red, and all your attacks are a lot more powerful than those.
Sounds like they definitely took some inspiration from Hotline Miami then.
And it's not a bad game to take inspiration.
Not at all. So do they give you a release date?
2016.
We've heard that number a few times this week.
Last year we had 2014. 2015 is the year of 2014. It's happened again this year, but I think it's probably just before second quarter, so probably just before the halfway point of the year. But it's looking great. It's looking really good. Really excited for another really good original title under the umbrella of Devolver Digital, who I think are making great strides at the moment and making some really great games. So certainly exciting times in that respect.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we'll have more for you guys this week. Thanks, Adam, for giving us your Mother Russia Bleeds impressions. Stay tuned for more impressions videos, our written previews later this week, and more E3 2015 coverage from PlayStation Universe. Thanks, guys.